The Furious Five begins in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is a couple of hours ago. Pete Thamel, ESPN, dropped a report that Sherrone Moore, who's the new head coach in Michigan, the guy that took over for Harbaugh last year when he was suspended, the guy that took over for Harbaugh full-time this year now that Harbaugh left for the Chargers, is in some major hot water with the NCAA, and that he could get a show cause penalty, which level 1 is the most severe punishment that the NCAA can hand down. Why? This goes back to Connor Stallions. This goes back to what he knew and when he knew it. Stallions, of course, was the supposed rogue spy that went ahead and got a whole bunch of signs and signals and whatever, intel on future opponents. Harbaugh says, I don't know the guy. I don't know what's going on here. But here's the deal with Sherrone Moore. They found out that on the day news broke that Connor Stallions was leading some type of spy ring or whatever his project was, Moore had 50 plus text messages that he deleted that day. Okay, so here's the deal. I think there's a known and there's an unknown. Okay. The unknown is, if you're a Michigan fan and you want to defend this to your dying day, fine by me. The unknown is, how much of an advantage does this really play? I mean, you still got to have your guys out there on the field. They still have to be able to execute the play. No matter if you know what's coming or not, they've got to actually do their job. And so you could make the argument that whatever intel Stallions got is a drop in the bucket compared to what you need to win football games. And Michigan was good enough to win a national championship last year. So whatever, right? That's the unknown. Maybe it was a huge advantage. Maybe it was no advantage. I could go either way on that. What is the known, though, is that Harbaugh knew that this was an executed plan from a guy part of the staff. Sherrone Moore is the number 2, or was the number 2 at Michigan under Jim Harbaugh. On the day Stallions is going to get uncovered, he has 50 plus text messages to Connor Stallions and deletes them all. Stallions won't turn over his phone to the NCAA, and Moore, the number 2 at Michigan, deletes a number of text messages to the guy on that day. Now, you're going to tell me that Harbaugh doesn't know his number 1 guy in charge is in cahoots, well aware, texting frequently, the spy? I mean, come on. Now, this is all plausible deniability. There's no evidence that he had any direct conversation with Connor Stallions, and so he can say, I didn't know. We don't have any way to disprove that. But come on. Come on. Harbaugh, Moore, and everybody else knew what was going on. Was it a significant competitive advantage? Maybe not. But you can't sell me that they didn't know. We're not naive here. So that's the latest. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, you can see why Harbaugh got out when he did. He probably sensed that this was coming. This is a good chance to take an NFL job. But also, I think you have a Michigan program that had to know this was potentially coming down the pike as well and still gave Moore the job. So I think they have the stomach, they have the appetite to ride this out no matter what happens to Sherrone Moore. The show cause penalty would be a big one, would be a biggie. We'll have to wait and see. It's a weird time in college football because are there rules? Doesn't feel like there's rules for NIL, but this is not paying players. This is not impermissible benefits. This is espionage. So are there rules? Hard to say.